All about your business. Shit. We agree on that. We agree on everything.
I didn't want to kill Breeze. I love Breeze. I was your age when I killed him. I killed Breeze because he got in the way of my future. What Kanan didn't know, what Kanan couldn't tell you, is that I gave Breeze one more chance. I asked him to change his mind. He didn't. So he forced my hand. I loved Breeze. He was a brother to me. He was family to me. But he got in my way, son, okay? So I had to get rid of him. But I gave him one last chance, though, okay? I asked him to change his mind. He forced my hand.
What's up, UglyAzzNiggas? This your boy J Miles, and I am back with another video. You know what to do. If you're new, go ahead and hit the subscribe button, leave a like, comment, let me know what you're thinking, but most importantly, make sure you share it with your ugly ass friends. On today's video, we will be covering Power Book 3, and this one right here is titled The Psychotic Dark Side of Breeze. Now, what got this particular title is basically on this particular video, people, I'm going to be breaking down the mindset kind of what I believe. This is a theory of mine, a prediction in theory, basically where I think the mindset of what Breeze is going to have and what his character is going to kind of bring forward, starting where we're going to, see the start of it in this last season of raising, raising Kanan, and then later on, we're going to get, I think we're going to really get to see what he's going to be like in, Power Book 5 Origins. I think they're going to make it book 5, if I'm not mistaken. So, as of now, we have to just deal with what we already know, judging by, when he was finally introduced this past season, and of course, what we were already told about him in the original Power. So basically what I'm going to do is bring that to light and make a very bold prediction on how I see Breeze's character and what will ultimately lead to his downfall. So without further ado, let's just go ahead and get into this. Now, I want to start this thing off with the sharing a clip, because I want to show y'all a little bit more evidence of why I am coming to this particular prediction. I want to share to you guys what Breeze told us in his introduction scene when he was speaking to Kanan. So I'm gonna share this clip really fast for us to look at.
Snaps and pops says you just like me. All about your business. Shit. We agree on that. We agree on everything.
As my better half said, this is just an introduction, meet and greet.
Snaps and pops says you just like me.
So there, you heard it. Basically, he's telling us right there that if we agree on business, we agree on everything. Now, I wanted to play that at the beginning because that is going to be very vital and important for later on in this video, to show you guys the true mindset of why he's going to become so troublesome and basically he's going to become such a big problem that Ghost ultimately is going to have to put him down. Like, we know how he gets taken out, but what we're going to be speaking on today is why. So, now that we got that out of the way, I believe in my opinion, in book 5, we're not going to get a very, we're going to get to see him, obviously. You know, they're going to show us what he's like. But I think we're going to kind of see more so of the nicer side of Breeze. Like, obviously, he's still going to be ugly as hell because that's who he is. He breathes. He ugly as hell. Like, that's just who he is. But what I'm saying is, like, he going to be only ugly as in things that, you know, that Kanan, Ghost, and Tommy is going to love him for. But I think it's going to not be towards, it's not going to be until really Origins that we get to see how ugly he really is. You know what I'm saying? And it's going to, and the reason being, it's going to be because what I just shared with you guys. Business is always going to come first when it comes to Breeze. Like, he's going to be very intelligent and stuff like that, but he's going to have a dark side that, look, I don't give a damn, you know, what's going on, how you feel about it, or who is involved. We're always going to choose profit over feelings. That's how, you know what I'm saying? I think he's going to kind of get to a point he's not going to have any morals. And I'm going to share you guys a couple of predictions of what I think could happen. Now, let me go ahead and start with this one. So, as we know, Crystal was taken out by none other than Breeze's auntie, you know, Pop, right? They ultimately kidnapped her, you know, because they were trying to get information about Kanan, and then they used her and then took her out, right? Kanan was so shocked and hurt about this particular situation, so much so that he was willing to even go through with taking out his own mother, who, as we know, didn't even have anything to do with it. But of course, his mind has been so twisted now that he was motivated as he is. Now, whether or not he took her out or not, we don't know. That's not what this video is about. But the point is that whether he shot her or not, you know, somebody, because we all know eventually he's going to find out the truth. The question is to just when. So when he does find out the truth, think about this. The death of Crystal is going to get made him so angry that he was willing to actually take out his mother for this. How do you think he's going to feel when he finds out that his mother had nothing to do with this, right? And that it was none other than Snap and Pop who was behind this. Now, obviously, we know that, you know what I'm saying, Breeze and Kanan is going to be doing business together. We know this from history throughout, you know, the original Power and the things that they told us then. So we know that Breeze is going to have a reign where he's going to be controlling things for at least 4 years, I would say. He's going to be around doing things here in Queens, right? So the thing is, I'm pretty sure it's not going to take Kanan 4 years to find out that, you know, his uncle and auntie was behind the death of his girlfriend, Crystal. I would actually go ahead and take a prediction and say it probably will happen this coming season of Raising Kanan, the final season. So the question is, once Kanan does find out that it was his, you know, Snap and Pop, his uncle and auntie that was behind it, what will be Breeze's reaction? Because keep in mind, they're doing business together, but that is Breeze's family. Will, you know, Kanan be honest with Breeze and tell him what the situation is, or will he try to backdoor him and sneak and do it on his own? I'm not exactly sure, but I would lean towards that Breeze is gonna know very well that, you know, Kanan is trying to take out his auntie, and I think he's going to be down with it. Why? Because
All about your business. Shit. We agree on that. We agree on everything.
there you have it. Breeze just told us. We agree on business. We agree on everything. So if Kanan and Breeze are going to be making a lot of money, right, together, and his uncle and auntie has did some shady stuff to his number one earner, because I believe he's going to be Breeze's number one earner. And keep in mind that his uncle and auntie is already filed for we can tell, we know they're shady, and him being their nephew, he's gonna know that they're dirty. So he's gonna probably be okay with, think about it, this is power. We had history of younger generations being okay with certain members of their families being gone. So why would Breeze be an exemption from that? I doubt it. He's going to be okay with this, people. And I think he might even work with them and help them do it. Might. And then I could see maybe Kanan asking him, you really could just take out your family like that? And Breeze might be the one tell him, some say you're not a real killer until you kill somebody you love. It could be Breeze who tell Kanan that when he was getting ready to take out his uncle and auntie. But all I'm saying is I think because of the business aspect, he don't want anything interfering with his business, Breeze is going to give Kanan the green light to take out his uncle and auntie. And also keep in mind, if he takes them off the board, now nobody is there. He is, of course, numero uno. He's number one. And I'm pretty sure by this time, Unique will already be taken out the picture, because we already heard them scheming, saying they're only going to use Unique for his Italian connect, and then they're going to be getting him out of the way. So I would predict when this time period comes, Unique will already be gone. So now we're getting a little further, digging on into origins, right? So Snaps and Pop is already gone. Now Breeze and Kanan has already been doing business together, and now Ghost and Tommy has came to the fold, right? Now Kanan has introduced Ghost and Tommy. They're working for Breeze as well for a while. This is what I could see possibly waiting for Breeze that's going to ultimately lead to his downfall. As we know, Ghost told us in the original Power that his father warned him to leave the streets and turn his back on the streets, but he wouldn't listen because he thought he was doing the right thing at the time. So we also know from Uncle Gabe in the last season that Ghost's father was killed by some gang members or something like that was trying to extort him, and he went to the cops about it. And that ultimately led to his downfall. And we know that Ghost shortly left to go live with Tommy after this. The reason I believe he left for going to become Tommy afterwards is because he felt guilty by what happened to his father. Because in my opinion, I believe that Breeze was very much involved in this, people. And what's the reason why I think Breeze was more than likely responsible for this?
Shit. We agree on that. We agree on everything.
Business, people. Breeze is always gonna take business over everything. So he don't give a damn that Ghost, this is your father. You in the game now. Your father is in the way. He needs to be dealt with. That's how he's seen it. And I can see Kanan siding with Ghost. because reason why is because he actually did this before too. Think about this. Kanan has been in this position before. When Ronnie was trying to take out his mother behind his back, right? And he wasn't down with it. So what did Kanan end up doing? Taking Ronnie out. So I could see him, you know, after seeing that what he did to his father, he was there for him, and he, you know, he went ahead and helped set Breeze up and took him out. That's what I believe happened here, people. And I'm going to share with you guys a little bit more of an insight so we can get, you know, more confirmation on what I was saying. Let's go ahead and listen to some of the things that Ghost had to say once he took Breeze out, right?
I loved Breeze. He was a brother to me. He was family to me. But he got in my way, son, okay? So I had to get rid of him. But I gave him one last chance, though, okay? I asked him to change his mind. He forced my hand.
So, there we have it. We hear what Ghost just said there. This is coming from episode 15 of season 6. He basically told us that, you know, he loved Breeze. He was like a brother to him. But Breeze got in his way. But he gave him one last chance, and he to change his mind, and he didn't. So he had to get rid of him, right? He forced his hand. So I believe that this thing that he wanted, and now, hold on, let me go ahead and share the other, because of course we know there's 2 versions of this, right? Let's go ahead and share the second one.
Breeze. What Kanan didn't know, what Kanan couldn't tell you, is that I gave Breeze one more chance. I asked him to change his mind. He didn't.
Now, in my opinion, the thing that he was telling him to change his mind about had to be between 2 things, or it could be even both. I believe the same vision that he had, that he shared with Kanan about basically, you know, expanding and, you know, basically using the operation to, you know, to push product in plain sight instead of being on the corners, you know, like using the nightclubs and stuff like that, the laundromat, things like that. And Kanan wasn't down with it, and neither was Breeze. And also, I believe it's very much possible that Breeze was looking to take out Ghost's father because he was bad for business. He asked him to change his mind, but Breeze was firm on it, and he decided not to do it. So he caught Breeze slipping with the help of Kanan, and of course Ghost and Tommy, while Breeze was watching TV. Caught him slipping, watching Jeopardy, and they ultimately had to take him out. That is my power raising Kanan theory. And it's actually, this is the origins theory kind of too. It's like a mystery, right? So I don't know, maybe I'll put this in my origins collection, right? It's kind of like my first, you know what I'm saying, origins video. But yeah, I think that is very much possible, people, that, you know, Ghost ended up taking Breeze out because he was the one responsible for the death of his father. So I believe Breeze had something to do with it, but Kanan wasn't in on that. But Kanan was in on the death of Breeze because Breeze was getting out of control. And I also believe, before I go, I believe that Breeze is gonna get them into another very bad situation. I think he's going to get them into a war, a potential war. At least they was going to be getting there to a point that it was a war that they know they couldn't win. Very similar to what Tommy was going to put his people through with the Jimenez cartel. But I believe Breeze is probably going to be up against the mob. Maybe the Italian mafia or something like that. But either way, this goes with the theory of, not the theory, with the statement where Ghost was talking to Tariq in season 5 and he was telling them Breeze was a bad motherfucker, he was going to get us all killed. So that's what I believe he was referring to when he came to that. And I also believe Breeze was responsible for the death of his father, so Ghost had to get rid of him, just like he told us in season 6. But yeah, definitely let me know what y'all thinking up in these comments. Could you see Breeze being responsible for the death of Ghost's father, and also him getting them into deep trouble with maybe the mob, a cartel, or something like that, to the point that Ghost and Kanan together collectively, and Tommy, decided that we love Breeze, but he's gonna get us all killed. He's he's out of control. We got to put him down, and then Kanan we will lead the pack after he is gone. So let me know exactly what y'all thinking up in these comment section. But yeah, like usual, if you're cool with me, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, leave a like, comment, let me know what you're thinking. But most importantly, make sure you share it with your glad friends. But until the next video, I'm out.